I'll have a look for you now. Yeah, I'm looking now. The only thing I'd say is grip on wet track. Not that it really matters, but it's set to low and it should be real. On your race settings. Slipstream wheel down. Grid start. Grid based on previous race results. That's probably alright for this, to be fair. You want it to reverse. So your grid order for this one needs to be fastest first, and then your next one will have to be reverse grid. But I'll remind you of that when you get to it. Grip, yeah. I'm just checking your shortcut penalties a week. Yeah, they are. None. Cool. Yeah, everything else looks fine to me. You're happy with them? All good by me. Whoever. It's fine, but I mean, I don't think they're bothered about you using them in the real world thing, but. Yeah, you two will probably have to put up with my terrible commentary voice while you're racing, but I'm sure you'll be fine with it. I'm just getting the links and sticking it on the chat page, so a few people can jump in. Mature Racing Club. Yeah. Right, so let's just get on track, make sure my settings are all good. Winner chicken dinner. Right, so for those of you joining, not that we've got any viewers yet, so we've got 3 that have just suddenly jumped in. That's what the power of the internet. So bring to you the Mature Racing Club 1 vs 1 Championship, arranged by Shearmouth. Alright, Hunty. I thought you were racing tonight, Hunty, or did I read it wrong? Who knows? Zaffarino, how are you? James Harburn. I thought you were watching House Fat Pickles and Ginger Cracker getting on. I saw Fat Pickle. That was literally like there was 4 or 5 attempts between them two the entire race. That was really close. Interested to know how they got on at Red Bull Ring. Oh yeah, so pretty much the entirety of Mature Racing Club, 50-60 drivers or so, randomly drawn against each other. Servers died on me, had to finish early. Not good, mate, not good. Is it FIA night, is it? Is that why you were doing it? Yeah, so we've got one of the pre-tournament favourites, Mr. Dawson, against Mr. Rowdy Burns 58. Now, we don't really know a lot about Rowdy Burns, but we're going to find out in the next half an hour or so. So we've got 3 tracks for you tonight. First one you see live on your TV screens now is Dragon Trail Seaside, fictional circuit based somewhere in like Albania or something daft like that. So if you see some gangsters in the background, you know why. Then we head off to Red Bull Ring. Same cars, Monster Touring cars, and then if all is square in love and war at that point, then we will go to the Kyoto, Yamagiwa, Kawasaki, whatever track. 17-mile long thing. We'll go to that. Bobby, how are you, mate? I'm good, Zaf. Yeah, not too shabby, mate. Other than spending the last week shouting at a set of pedals, I'm alright. Finished 8th, so that's alright. That's alright, Hunty. You get many points. I don't really play FIAs, mate. It's not really my bag, as you probably know. cannot be bothered with that sort of thing. I think the boys are just doing a little bit of a qualifying session right now, so we have seen some outlaps and we're just about to see the first of the times come in. So Rowdy Burns with 1:45.7. It's a damn good time. Let's see what Dawson brings to the table. They'll have another go at this. I think they're doing 2 hot laps. So Mr. Dawson is going to come across the line in a 1:40, or just pips in 1:45.6. So just about a tenth of a second in it, but Rowdy Burns is showing at this point that he's certainly capable of sticking it to Dawson, so this might be interesting. Go VLX. Oh no, Rowdy's unfortunately just in pursuit of ultimate lap time. Just probably took that one just a little bit too fast. But the car can easily over-rotate there if you just carry a bit too much speed. So easily done. So we do start to see Dawson improve on his lap time, 2.5 tenths up on what he's set before. All this really does is say whether you start 2 meters ahead of your opponent or not. In the grand scheme of things, it's not really that important. So all is not lost at this point. Basically, it says whether you start at the right or the left of the grid. That's pretty much it. 8 viewers in. Whoever you're cheering for, let me know. Not that it's going to be difficult covering this one. I don't think I'm going to miss anything this time around, but you never know. Oh, that was close. If your paint was any thicker on that car, mate, you'd have made contact. Interesting livery you got on there, Dawson. Is that just one you downloaded, or is that one you made? Standard. Standard. Alright, so that is qualifying done, so we'll just wait for the race to start now, and then we'll have 10 minutes, which is about 5-6 laps. I think it worked out at 6 laps yesterday when I did it. Was it? I can't remember. Yesterday was a long time ago. No, 1:45 is good times. So who gets a better start then? As we wait for the lights to go out, we are ready, set and go for this 1 versus 1 of Dawson versus Rowdy Burns. Both get a really good start, to be fair. I think Rowdy Burns now in the slipstream's gonna get sucked along all the way down to T1, so he should be in a good position to stick with him here. Whether he chooses to make a move into T1 is another choice. He's not close enough just yet. Just go on board with Rowdy Burns and watch his progress. He's taking it quite gingerly on lap 1. Not really pushing anything too far, neither of them are. Waiting for the cars to warm up. Unless Dawson bottles it. Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Alright, it's set to lap. That's my... I probably should have clocked that, but 5 laps it's going to be fine, isn't it? So, will the chicane of death claim a victim this time round? If you're watching on stream and you wonder who I'm talking to, by the way, I am in a party chat with the 2 guys that are racing, but their audio settings will probably be set so you can't hear them. So, just bear that in mind if I start. I'm not going mad talking to myself. Oh, Dawson clips a little bit there. It's gonna let Rowdy Burns have a little bit of a run on him. We might go back and have a look at that unless someone spanners it off into the dust here. Rowdy Burns officially passed, but Dawson's got the inside line, so just manages to get that held under braking. Rowdy Burns gets a sweet ass cutback though, but that will have probably compromised a little bit of exit speed for track position, so Dawson might just get the drag on him down the main straight. But neck and neck as they cross the line for lap number 1. So they're not giving an inch, these boys. Dawson just about keeps it ahead. Let's go back and just have a look at that that little bit of a crunch that Dawson had just a second ago. So it was the dreaded curb again. Just went into the curb slightly uneven, and that's what threw the back end of that Mazda touring car. Very lightweight, short wheelbase cars. The back end does love to step out on these things. Let's have a catch up on the chat. Anyone talking? No, you're disappointing me. Will history repeat itself going into the chicane of death once more? Both taking very similar lines down there, both survived absolutely fine, took it like pros. Doesn't even have to go defensive at this point in the race. It's going to give him a narrower angle into the last turn. He's going to get that car really heavily rotated to get around, but he has done that just fine. And both of them get a nice sweet exit onto the main straight. Rowdy Burns with the toe now though. He's going to just dip it down the inside. Side by side again coming into T1. Not giving any let up, these boys. For some reason all my options have disappeared. Let me just try and get, there we go. Get them back on again. Oh, Dawson nearly dipped a wheel on the gravel, but just managed to hold on to that car. Will the tyres be dirty coming into the braking zone? No, he's alright so far. Rowdy Burns just hanging on in the back of him, just claiming that slipstream. Pretty much 3 temps between these boys pretty much the entire race, if not less so far. Rowdy Burns just takes a slightly narrower line into there, just straightens the car up just a tiny bit earlier, enables him to get a hell of a lot closer to Dawson coming up the hill, but just clips that inside curb, side by side again, coming down to the big downhill braking zone before the marina. Who's got the largest testes? They both have similar sized testes as they go into the marina complex. Rowdy Burns, lovely move on Dawson there, just through the inside. He's going to have the corner then. Dawson's just probably going to have to back out of this one. Consider a move down into the last corner if that's what he wants to do. Again, oh, Rowdy Burns has just tapped the wall on the outside. I think he did the same sort of thing that Dawson did a lap or so ago and just clipped his back wheel on that curb. Froze the back end of the car all over the shop. Keep his composure and stay calm. He's still in the lead. He's going to be giving Dawson a little bit of a tow down the main straight, but that's pretty much what these boys have been doing all race anyway, so I can't imagine he's too bothered about that. He's very tight. He's very tight off, isn't it? What are you sorry for, James? What have you done? What are you guilty about? So lap 4 of 5 then. To the keen eye, you'll notice this isn't 10 minutes. It's probably just a little bit of an oversight on my part. I was checking the room settings and didn't spot it. But both boys have agreed that that will stand, so they're happy with that. Nice move by Dawson there, but has he outbraked himself just a little bit? Rowdy Burns takes a slightly narrower apex and just gets that move made back. I keep hitting something and it takes all my options off now. I think my next rig I'm definitely getting a keyboard stand on it. This is definitely what I want to be doing. Currently then, Rowdy Burns leads the race, but Dawson just going to look to make a move on him. Coming down into the braking zone at the marina. Is he going to get the move made under braking? Rowdy Burns is going to turn in. Just made that move. Both keeping it nice and clean so far. By sides. Dawson just tucks in. Once again, this isn't a place you really want to go side by side into unless you have a definite death wish, of course. Both guys taking the chicane of death like absolute madmen again this time, getting a really good run down into the final corner. Will Dawson go for a dive down here? Who knows? He pulls out. Does go for it. plenty of space given by both drivers. They're very respectful as they launch themselves up to the start-finish straight to start the final lap. Side by side, 0.02 of a second. This is it then, final lap. These boys have been pretty much neck and neck. There's more overtakes than I care to think about in this one so far. It's been a great race. The comments will agree with that. Lots of love in the comments for this performance from both of you. I expect to see this one go down to the wire. There's a couple of opportunities for moves to be made, so they're probably going to have to go single file through the S's. But then there is just a massive slipstream opportunity coming down to the marina section. That's where a few overtakes have been made. You go too deep in there, it is kind of game over. But then there is the final corner as well. But it's wide enough for switchback moves, so there's plenty can happen in this one. Side by side again, coming into the marina, pretty much level on time. A little bit of rubbing his race in there. Dawson's got the inside line round. It does give him the space, probably opts for the slipstream coming through the marina complex. This is it then, probably one more overtake chance left in this race. Will they make the chicane of death alive? They both do. Brilliant driving by these boys. This is it. This is the last corner. Dawson squeezes him, doesn't give him any space. Then comes back over to the braking zone. Rowdy Burns got the inside line. Dawson goes for that wide entry. But Rowdy Burns, I think, has got that done. Let's have a look at the times as they come in. Yeah, Dawson is catching, but is he catching at a rate enough? This is side by side, neck and neck as they come across the line. Rowdy Burns just takes it. Wow. That was about as close as it's gonna get. Well, I need some comments in the YouTube chat. Oh yes. Oh yes. So yeah, you need to change. So yeah, so practice endurance, then do your grid order to reverse, and then your time limit just 10 minutes. That's the one. It'll be reverse grid based on previous race results, something like that. Really? How weird. How bizarre. Let's have a look. So your fastest lap, the fastest lap was a 1:45.9. In fairness, you were battling that much, you were taking time off each other. No, I can't imagine it'll matter that much. So nah, So you just change it to practice endurance race. Yeah, you just take that off though. So if when you change it and you remove qualifying, you might still have the start qualifying option there, but that'll start the race. It's just one of them weird bugs at Gran Turismo Sport. It's got many of them. You're all good. Alright, so yeah, practice endurance race then. I reverse. There we go. So let's just check your time limits. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, you're all good on the settings front from what I can tell. Ready when you guys are. Sound. Effing this. Pressure's on now, Dawson. Has he not filled it? Let's have a look. Oh mate, there's one space left. If he's got a name against him, doesn't that mean that he's out? Yeah, I can't even see his name in there. So far, people that have progressed through to round number 2 are me, you'll have seen yesterday, Zafrino G got through as well. Shadow Hunter got through just though, it was 2-1 between him and Nissan Nissan is pretty sharp. I've got Rick Wayner, Rick 33 GTR, Pretty sure he's a Fusion driver, or used to be. Not so slow Seamus is through, and Jason JRC. That's it. Not many results, but there's a lot of races happening now, so I'll get a lot more of a clear picture tonight. So who would? So the winner of tonight goes on to face either Grim99 or Crony. And if you successfully get through that, you've got Blackie, Stulo, Pav or Has91 to take on in the Viper. Pav's got Has91, who is a redraw, so Has is back in the draw after a previous one. And Stulo and Blackie, hard one to call, not really too sure, but yeah. You've got a favour, Pav. Yeah, if you press it, it'll start the race. It's weird. Full send. Dave Lewis has dropped you an F in the chat. How did you get on, Mr. Pickles? I watched your Dragon Trail race, but I had to leave. Let me know how you got on. So we are underway for race number 2. So it's Rowdy Burns 1, Dawson 0 so far. Dawson does lead out of the start-finish straight of Red Bull Ring. So we have got penalties on here, so Red Bull Ring can be quite idiotic with the penalties. In terms of you'll get a penalty just for daring to go near track limits here. Nice little send. So look, Dawson's he going to get that move made down into the downhill braking zone. You won 1 and 2, Ginger Crackhead 1/3, so you're through then. Right. I wonder if this race we're going to see a repeat of last time out. Well, I mean, these touring cars are a bit special to drive, aren't they? Oh, there's lots of grip in it, isn't there? Tons of grip. It's about as far on track limits as I think it'll let you go. You just held on to that well though. Yeah, you're alright with that. Just don't go beyond it. That was the audible sound of Dawson's butt cheeks just going. So again, 10 minutes. Red Bull Ring does have some overtaking opportunities. It's sort of infield sector 2 section isn't the best for it, not in these cars. Your best opportunity for any overtaking here, big braking zones into what is technically turn 3 and turn 4. Turn 4 is very tricky being downhill, especially in a car where the rear end does like to get away with you, but we are on racing tyres, so the grip should be there. if the guys want to give it a little bit of stick. Rowdy could really do with keeping in the slipstream, especially coming up to turn 2, so you're looking at about 1.5 seconds for that to be effective, and we are about at that. So if Dawson just can get his head down and put some good sector times in, then he stands a much better chance of whether he's got a car in his slipstream or not. No, you might have got away with that penalty-wise, but I think the low grip out there has not done you any favours. Yeah, Zaf, I know Dawson's quick on the next track. I've seen his laps, but I don't know what he will like here. Yeah, it presents a lot of different challenges together. It's not. Yeah, this. I think the service is getting absolutely pummeled with the world being on lockdown at the minute. That disconnect night, as we like to call it. So let's see what's going on in the other results, if any are coming in, because I know Seamus is really good at updating it. So yeah, Fat Pickles Bro goes through, faces either D10 Piper or Phil, 1979. Street Boys through against B-Rated. Faces either Sausage Fingers himself or Shell Shock 105. Other than that, no other results. So the winners of these do go on to what we call the Sweet 16. No, it's not a Sweet 16, it's a second round into it. So it's in the Citroen GT at Dragon Trail Gardens, Sardegna and Fuji next time out, and that'll be in about a week's time, something like that. So that's the next challenge. That'll then give us 16 drivers, and then we'll then move on to the Group 4 machines. Once we've eliminated 8 people from that round, we'll go to the Ford GT, the Group 3 car, a very tricky machine to drive. We'll do 3 tracks there, and then we amp it up a little bit for the finals, where we go to the GR2s, and then the final is 7 tracks and 7 cars. And I will more than likely be live streaming the final, because I can guarantee you I won't be in it. So I'll be commentating on it. See who I potentially face in the next round. So next round's either Chris Mack or Woods for seat. I know Chris, the Dawson Slayer. Yeah, I know he's a quick guy. So I'm not optimistic of my chances against him. But we will see. Oh, brilliant. Not gonna lie, mate, but I overtook you once in that Infinity GT thing, and I've clipped it and saved it. Yeah, mate, I have, yeah, it's in the archives. So there was this guy called Dawson. Right, so back to the race. kind of ignored it a little bit because I've been too busy looking at my phone, but unfortunately since Rowdy did make that mistake a few laps ago, slipstream gets dropped around here, and with these guys' pace being so similar, that didn't really give him the chance to get back. Yeah, I was just going to say, it's pulled a little bit more out, but that just brings it to 1-1, so that takes us to Kyoto, Yamagawa, Kawasaki, whatever. I'll do 10 minutes there. The laps are a lot longer, there's a lot more opportunity for mistakes and overtakes. So we'll see what happens with that track. We do know that Dawson likes it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that any result is guaranteed, as we've seen already. But that does take it right down to the wire. Let's go and check on the comments on it. Oh, nothing. Nothing. I keep losing track of what days well. If you're watching this, by the way, don't forget tomorrow we've got the Next Gen Racing VW Cup final live as well, where our very own beloved MRC Bobby could take the crown if a load of weird and wonderful permutations happen and the Leslie gets blasted into outer space or something. He could win it, could take it, and that'll be from Goodwood, one of the worst tracks in the entire universe, but it's the final, so we'll have to cover it. Zaf, tomorrow expect me to go live around the 8 o'clock mark, mate, and that's UK time, so 8 PM GMT. I will likely stick it on the page as well, so if you get subscribed to the channel, if you want to subscribe, get the bell on and it will give you a little notification when I do go live and post random videos and stuff. You'll not miss a thing. Right, so we're just waiting for the boys to finish up at Red Bull Ring, and we'll get on to the final race, and that will be the decider. So unless Dawson flies it off into a hedge here, that will take it to 1-1. Of course, anyone that missed it and is joining in late, we had an absolutely superb race at Dragon Trail. Lost count of how many overtakes there was. We're already listening to the bell. Ha ha ha. Laughed so hard I nearly fell off my dinosaur. You're not wrong though, but you know. Alright, so start finish straight for Dawson. Give me a handbrake, lad. Go on, you know you want to. There we go. Alright, so that's it. 1-1. That's what we were secretly hoping. Handicap. You're not sorry, Dave. Don't pretend you are. Right. So, we'll like to give the guys a little bit of time to get used to the next track, which I'm just going to call it the Twisty Boy. Here we go. Right, if you're in the chat, it's 1-1. Want your predictions? Who takes this one? So we're giving the guys a few laps just to get accustomed to it. It's a very different challenge, this one, so lots of sort of negative camber hairpins would probably be the technical way of saying it, but basically big bendy twisty boys. These corners, these long sweeping left and right handers, very hard to judge in terms of your apex speeds. You've got downhill braking zones that you're coming off to, then that leads you into a hairpin that just wants to spit you off wide all the time. It's a very technical circuit. I can see why some of the guys really do enjoy this one. It's not for me, not really a fan, don't know why. I just can never really get into a rhythm of this one. Anyone that watched my live stream yesterday will have seen I spent 9 of the 10 minutes just dicking about. Not really taking it too seriously. In fact, we'll jump on board with Rowdy Burns and just see what the track is all about. So this corner coming up, you see, you start braking on a level and then you sort of dip downhill. And at this point the car gets really unsettled, as you can see. Just wants to suddenly understeer, and then you back uphill into another hairpin. And this little chicane, you want to ride the curves, but at the same point you don't want to take too much, because otherwise you end up a passenger and you become part of the furniture. A good exit out of this turn is pretty much critical to a good lap time. If you spanner it wide, you're just going to lose time all the way down the start-finish straight. Burns has kept it nice and tidy there, and that's roughly what this track is like. We've run it in the GTTCC a few times, I think, or variations of it, or in reverse, or upside down, or whatnot. And it can produce some really good racing, but also it absolutely punishes you. These curbs look nice and friendly, but in a lightweight car like the Mazda, you get them wrong, and it's going to really upset the balance of things. Comment on my video on it. Right, here we go. 10 minutes coming up, winner takes all. Or the winner progresses through to the next round, not takes all, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to be dramatic. Oh god, yeah. Drives away well, but Dawson got a flyer of a start there. And he's going to be ahead going into T1. Pretty much the entire rest of the section slipstream heaven though, so if he positions kind of well enough, he's going to be in position to get that move back again. He just tuck himself in nicely. Keeps it nice and calm over the curbs. Certainly gaining on Dawson coming into big old left banky boy. Dawson just able to carry a smidge more exit speed, but has to get on the brakes mid-corner as far as Rowdy Burns to catch back up to him. One of the better opportunities for overtaking coming up down our braking zone into a tight left-hand hairpin where Burns doesn't go for it at this point. Dawson does defend though, takes a very narrow apex. Rowdy Burns doesn't have to do anything of the nature and can just carry on with his line. Very nice and tight opening the first half of the lap. Ooh. Still very close, look at that, got it really close under braking. So 3 temps separating pretty much at the end of lap 1. Interesting to see the slightly different lines taken in that chicane. Certainly worked out well for both of them in my opinion. Lap 1 done, then Dawson leading the way. We get enough room for 3-4 laps at this rate, something like that. Working at 4 laps. Plenty of opportunity for overtaking, making mistakes. You want to straight line this Aston section just as much as possible. As we watch Rowdy Burns chase Dawson all the way up the hill. Gets a good old bout of slipstream in the process. Dawson does dip defensive. Just to block any lunge down the inside. This time does that left-hander a lot better than he did last lap. Both drivers get really good exits out of there as they come down the hill. Dawson again just dips in the middle of the track just to defend against any inside lunges. Just covers the apex off nicely as well. Rowdy Burns just gets it just a little bit loose on exit. The car does go light over that little bump there, and if you just apply the power a bit too soon, the back will step out. But he kept hold of it, and he's definitely still in the fight. Chris Keenan close. Yeah, mate, honestly, once this stream's done, go back and watch the first one. My God. That'll I think that's one of the best races I've seen in a long time, that between 2 cars anyway, one of the best battles I've seen. But they look to be continuing on in a similar vein at this track. Rowdy Burns just off-roading this time. Saved it. Not over till the fat lady sings. Is it bad, Dawson, that I'm secretly hoping you spanner it off on one of the corners? So I've heard the Alfa Romeo's OP, mate. Gonna have to give that car you suggested a try. The Citroen, yeah, I've not driven them yet. I know they start like an absolute demon, don't they? Tricky's in chat, Lexus is OP. I'm afraid you're wrong there, mate. Oh, don't you start, James. We all know the OP-ness of the Alpha is nowhere near anywhere else. It's just on another level. OP Liu. OP Liu Xu. Dave, you're making no sense, mate. Have you been on Source or something? I'll give you credit though, Alfa Romeo boys. On the tracks that you shouldn't have actually even had a chance, you did keep that car in the fight. Like Monza, should have been nowhere near, but until James got swallowed up by the Merc, I think he did a good job. Fusion scalp, what are you on about? Oh, is Ginger Crackhead in Fusion, is he? Mate, I'm in Fusion and I'm terrible. I don't know what you got. I don't know what. I definitely don't deserve to be in Fusion. I will enjoy my one season at it. Until Dawson and Chewie just lap me endlessly. Quickening. Are you in the GTTCC? Oh, did you? All right. Are you in the? Are you in for this season though, or are you not driving yet? No. Yeah. No, that's fair. No, that's fair enough. I sit on my arse and tell people to get out of rap. Yeah, Andy was looking for maturedating.com and just got lost. So, this is it then. So Dawson does just take the win. With Roddy Burns coming in second, admittedly probably not on a favourite track of his, but if you're watching this, you've just tuned into it. When this stream republishes, go back and watch race 1. Just go back and watch race 1. I implore you. Yeah, was an absolute stonker of a race. Right boys, I will end the stream here. Some well done's coming in for Mr. Dawson on the chat. But yeah, we all know how quick Dawson is, but a big kudos for Rowdy Burns as well for that. I mean, just rewatch that race 1. I'm gonna rewatch it after this, I think, because it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we'll probably just dot in and out with these 1v1s throughout the week. Plenty of time on my hands now at the minute, so I can do this sort of stuff. Yeah, and I may try and bed in my pedals if I've not thrown them through the wall. Right. Thank you very much. See you later. No worries. Bye bye bye.